Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the channel. Everybody was saying, look at the camera. That's what I got. Look at the camera whenever you're self-deprecating. So, look, I got a screen over here, and I can see myself in it, so it makes me want to look there because it's more relatable than just staring into a black abyss. But I'm going to put that screen down, and I'm going to try and look at you from time to time, okay? My screen is here in front of me. So, I just want to give an update on SPY. Looks like we're finally going to be getting a little retracement here on the move. Congratulations if you were following on Twitter and you obviously knew about the long play that we were calling for going into today that we talked about in the video yesterday. Obviously, the video came out too late. And we're making this video a little bit earlier because I pretty much already know how I think things are going to go for the most part. I have a few if this, then that sort of scenarios playing out. But overall, I feel pretty good. I think that the likelihood, and just to zoom out and show you what this line is, okay, this white line right here is the macro uptrend that we were previously following that we broke before we had this big move down to our target range of $380. Which extends down to $366. I do believe that we do have a short-term retracement occur on this move in the meantime. And the move that I'm expecting is to be somewhere up here between 395.49 and 399 on SPY. And this should be occurring sometime in the range, and, it's not going to be perfect and things are going to get in the way or whatever, but everything looks really good so far. I think that you might actually be able to hold this uptrend throughout and be able to get here by Tuesday, December 27th. Obviously, plan accordingly as if that timing doesn't play out, and obviously always be managing your risk. Don't do anything crazy because nothing about this is guaranteed. But overall, the move that I'm looking for is probably overnight another green future session and probably some more pumpy going into tomorrow where we just continue to climb up this trend line. I overall I just love the shape that this market is taking here. I'm very optimistic in the short term. Long term, I'm much more bearish. But at least in the short term, we can have a little bit more fun. And again, just to reiterate what I said yesterday, I most likely am going to be looking for, after this target, some sort of weakness to occur within the market and then a bearish continuation in the long term. So that's pretty much my expectation that I'm going into this with. I'm seeing a little bit of retracement coming here. I've been kind of seeing it since we were playing out this shorter term distribution back here. Obviously, they held price up, did some more distributing. Looks like you're finally going to get this breakdown here once you get through this liquidity level, retest this trend line. Now, if this trend line breaks, then it may slow down our time frame a little bit. It's possible that it doesn't, though, because a lot of times what you'll see is so we would draw a fib here for this short-term move, assuming that this is the top now that we've seen, right? And what you could see happen is, perhaps you break through here, you find a relevant fib like this 0.5, and then you actually start to treat this resistance as like a target zone on the bottom, essentially, and you form a new sort of more aggressive uptrend, if that makes any sense, right? So maybe even you have pullbacks like this, but you still have that bullish continuation occur, and this trend line almost acts as like a magnet, but also resistance at the same time when you're trying to hit a time frame like this. So again, I mean, trading time is very difficult relative to trading, in my opinion, relative to trading price and momentum. Being able to time the market is quite difficult in the sense of options, right? Where you have expiring positions based on time. It is difficult because there are a lot of different factors that can play a role in the timing of a move, especially when compared to to just the, like, I think that regardless, a move up here does make sense, but it could take weeks, right? And this would still look like a nice accumulative structure that occurred here. So it's always good to manage your risk in that way. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. I know that things look really good, like I said, but I've actually de-risked. So today, we had that. We had an overnight pump, and then we had a huge pump at open, and we've kind of just been hanging out in this chop zone. I'm like, look. Also, this was your first fib level, the 236 here that you're seeing this resistance occur at. So I'm like, hey, let's, we contracts were up like 150%. I'm like, okay, I'm trimming down, and if I want to get access to the larger move still, I can take some of those profits and put it into a little bit more risky contracts, perhaps, maybe higher price targets or shorter time frames. But that's really play, right? It's not. That's not the sort of money where it's like, oh, I can't afford to lose this. This is my primary position, anything like that. It's more like, okay, look, I feel strong about our position. We're already profitable. We've already protected ourselves against risk. Let's just add a little bit to the back end. If that doesn't hit, it's fine. I still feel confident about our primary position. And even if the primary position fails, everything's okay. Okay? So always keep that in mind. Okay? In the long term, protecting yourself against risk and protecting yourself against losses is going to make you a lot more money than big winners. Big winners will come. But you're always going to lose if you don't have a risk management strategy. So always protect yourself because the market is a crazy place. Okay? And that's pretty much it for the video. Tesla finally basing out a little bit here. You have this falling wedge sort of look that you could be developing here. So perhaps you get a little run up here in the short term for Tesla. Looks like maybe 160 is a possibility. Let's see if that lines up with a fib that I have. Maybe we'll take it from this here. Okay. I don't mind it. A quick run to 160 to go up to this more macro downtrend. And you do have like a more a larger falling wedge sort of look occurring here as well. Where in the long term, there may be an even bigger, maybe in the next month or so, an even bigger upward move opportunity. But you guys know how I feel about that at this point, I think. I would see that as a reshort opportunity. But and in Doge, pretty much the same story with Doge as what I said yesterday. Just briefly update here. This is not the plan. I'm not planning on doing this every video. They're just sitting up here and I'm thinking about them right now. Seeing Doge probably taking a slip and slide down here to test the bottom of this trend again soon. And maybe even it takes as long as getting down here to Friday, but this is about 6.5 cents here. And if you want to zoom out so you can see those trend lines and how I have them correlated, it's the yellow and that local red. The yellow is based on these two touch points back here. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That is the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. I didn't look at you the whole time, actually. I looked at my screen, but now I'm looking at you, even though I can see myself over here. I'm making a conscious effort. I looked at myself. I did it again. But so hopefully this quick update was useful to you. Maybe it'll get up before market hours close, so you can know how I feel. But yeah, congratulations if you swung calls. Hopefully you took profits, protected yourself, and hopefully we see some bullish continuation, and then we're going to have more opportunities in the future. So with that being said, peace.